They called it the most dangerous mission in all of World War II, a task so lethal that every man who took it knew the odds were nearly zero. The U.S. Army simply called them Pathfinders. Before any major airborne assault, thousands of paratroopers would jump into darkness, but someone had to go first, far ahead of the main force, to mark the drop zones with lights and radio beacons. If the Pathfinders failed, the entire invasion would collapse in chaos. On D-Day, they jumped into a sky full of clouds, flak, and German fire. Planes were shaking, engines screaming, bullets tearing through the night. The Pathfinders didn't wait for orders. They leapt into the unknown, landing behind enemy lines miles off target. The moment they hit the ground, the clock started. They sprinted through fields, hedgerows, and villages still occupied by German patrols. They carried no heavy weapons, only gear to guide the invasion lamps, radios, beacons that could expose their position instantly. Every second they stayed alive meant thousands of paratroopers would land safely instead of scattering across enemy territory. Some were captured. Some were killed before they could activate the lights. But those who survived lit the sky with a pattern the pilots had been trained to trust. Because of them, the 82nd and 101st Airborne hit the ground in force, not in disaster. They weren't the biggest unit. They weren't the loudest. But for one night, a handful of men held the fate of an entire invasion in their shaking hands. The most dangerous mission of the war was also the one that made victory possible.